Hello, my fellow Sherlockanites, and welcome back. So, we finally got to the end of Season 4 of Sherlock. What did I think of it, eh? I loved it! Now, a lot of people seem to be getting quite negative on this episode, and a lot of them have fairly good complaints of it. And some people have really stupid complaints about it. Now, before I start, you have every right to dislike an episode. I'm not the kind of person who says, you must like this because I like it. Humph, humph, humph. But I am the kind of person who will point out a stupid reason for disliking something. That's very subjective as well, but still. The big reason seems to be that Sherlock and Watson didn't end up together romantically. Which apparently was a thing. I can't act surprised, I saw this everywhere. I know there's fandom sites and fan art and fan fiction and all that jazz. I saw it everywhere except for in the actual show. I saw jokes alluding to it, but I never actually saw a romance between these two. So I am not bothered in the least by this. Now, a lot of these people are upset, but, they get on with it, which is fine. But then there's a big section which say the show completely sucks now because these two didn't end up together. And they're the people I have a problem with. Show does not suck now. Because of that. You can say it sucks because you just don't like it anymore. Fair enough. But just because your thing didn't end up getting together, and I know it's, gay representation, but why did it have to be these guys? There were other gay characters in this. Some good gay characters in this. And there are gay characters in other shows. And I know people are going to get mad at me because, there's not enough. But, this show was never about two gay people. I'm sorry if that's what you read into it, but at the heart of it, that's not what it was about. It was about crime solving. And these two guys were part of it, but it wasn't necessarily about their gay relationship. And the thing about the end of this episode, it doesn't completely say that it's untrue. It doesn't say these two are not gay. It just doesn't physically have them come together. So you can still have your fan fictions and say they are gay. People can still have their fan fictions and say they're not gay. People can still have... It's so ambiguous, and that's what's so great about it. Everyone is involved. But for some people, that's not enough. No, it has to be all about them. And that's what ticks me off. Because it's not all about you. Alright? You are not the fandom. The fandom is bigger than you. When you start saying, Moffat didn't give the fans what they wanted, what you're really saying is, Moffat didn't give you what you wanted, and a few people who think the same of you. Not everybody wanted Sherlock and Watson to end up together. Sorry, that's the case. That's the fandom. It's not... He didn't let his fans down. Alright, he let you down, maybe. Sucks to be you, I guess, but don't talk as if he let down the entire fandom. You don't get that privilege. And I don't get the privilege of saying he celebrated the entire fandom. I don't get that either, because I don't represent the fandom either. But I do represent my part of the fandom. And my part of the fandom couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. Sorry to break it to you. Now, of course, this isn't directed at all people who ship. I don't know why that really annoys me, that term. It's a personal thing, I guess. But people who ship John and Sherlock together, they're not all like this. There's some of them are going like, oh, I wish I could have seen more, but it's still ambiguous. We can still have our things, and great. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. The rest of you, just stop it. Alright, you're acting like spoiled little children. Now that's the big one out of the way. That's just my 2 cents on that matter. But there's also a few complaints which I don't get why they're complaints. And maybe people can help me out here, but let's go through them, shall we? John Watson not attempting to stop Sherlock when he put the gun to his head. John Watson is a smart person, alright? He knows grabbing for someone when they have a gun pointed at the head ready to kill themselves is not a good move. Not a good move. You probably end up killing them, most of all. But also, John, like I said, is smart and probably knew Sherlock had something up his sleeve, especially when he started hearing Euros panicking. You know, this is part of a plan. So why would Sherlock try? Why would John try and stop that? Seems to make sense to me. I mean, maybe you think John is completely irrational and would just leap, you know, just do that. But no, I think he would act the way he did. I think that was perfectly in character. Guess that's a personal thing. I don't know. It's the way you see the characters. Second of all, Sherlock telling John try not to drown while he goes and deals with his sister. This one I get where they're coming from. Why would he be so dismissive of John while he's in trouble? But he's not. What was he supposed to do? Like, just go, okay, I'm going to ignore the sister and keep running around in circles trying to find John based on nothing. The only way to save John was to go to his sister and get her on his side. That was like the only way to save him. So I don't really get where this, you know, I mean, I get it. I do understand on the basis of it, Sherlock shouldn't be that dismissive of John who's about to die. However, in the context of the whole story of that, it makes perfect sense why he did that. Again, my point of view might be valid, might not. Yes. Oh, the beginning, yeah. I did find this a bit weird. I'm kind of in the same camp, but it makes sense to me when the whole Sherlock and John technically playing a prank on Mycroft at the beginning. Why did they do that? That's strange. They're strange people. And also it's kind of a punishment because, you know, they really freaked him out. You know, it was kind of like Mycroft had lied to them this whole time, so they're getting their own back in their own childish way, but also moving the plot forward, getting information. So it makes sense to me, but I do agree, I was kind of like, it's a bit OTT for me as well, I will admit that, but still made sense, relatively speaking. I'm not saying I enjoyed it, but it made sense to me. Yeah. Oh, this is the big one. I don't get this one. How did John get out of the well? Yeah, he was chained up. It's impossible for him to climb the rope. Because what happened was, Sherlock took Eurus and found the well, threw the rope down and said, get up, John. John's like, I'm chained. He was like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about that. Eurus, you got a key? Forget the key. John, this is up to you. We're just going to leave you down there until you decide to climb out this well. I don't care if you're chained up. There's nothing I can do about that. Put that key away, Eurus. We don't need it. I know you agreed to help, but this is John's job. What do you mean? You had to be shown that John was given the key to get... I mean, I get it. The cut was a bit weird, but put two and two together. They found him. Eurus was there, who clearly chained him up with a key. How do you think he got out? I don't get... And this is such a big one. Lots of people are complaining about this, and I don't understand it. This isn't like Batman getting back from the middle of the desert and finding his way into the thing. That's not left out. This is John getting unchained after being found. That's the big problem. I don't know why this one annoys me so much, but I think it's because it's such it's a nitpicky one, which is not even that nitpicky. It's the reason writers seem to treat us like morons a lot of the time, because we have to be told everything. How did he escape? Okay, with a key. Do I have to show you that? Right, okay, look. Here you go, John. Key. Let yourself out. Right, happy now? Boom. We don't have to be shown, alright? We know what we should know. Man, this is a ranty one. Sorry. Yeah, let's get on to happier things. The show, I thought, was brilliant. If you watched my previous video, the first episode I was just kind of meh on. I had to rewatch it again. I haven't actually rewatched it yet, but second episode I really got into, and the third episode, it's the first time in a long time, that I've actually stood up and yelled at the screen, especially during the Molly part, where she was supposed to say where, because I knew this is like, it seemed like a thing the show would do would be kill Molly. I know that sounds like silly to say now, because why would they kill Molly, but she isn't a massively important character. I mean, she's brilliant, don't get me wrong, but she's not a central character, so it could be very easily to kill her off. So I was just so on the edge of my seat there. And the same with Mycroft. I really thought they were going to kill Mycroft off. Because again, he's a fun character, but he's not necessarily... It's John and Sherlock. They're the main two focuses, I think. Anybody else is expendable, technically speaking, so I get worried about that. But yeah, I was so tense throughout the whole thing, and wondering what was going to happen next. The ending, yeah, I liked it. I wasn't blown away like a lot of people. I didn't hate it like a lot of people. I did think it was just okay. I was kind of hoping there'd be a cliffhanger, because I thought there'd be another series. I'm hearing mixed things on that. I hear there's definitely another series. I hear there's definitely not another series. I don't know. But as an overall wrap-up, I liked it. I could happily watch all this as an entire Sherlock marathon, whatever the words is. Yeah. But there you have it. Random dude on the internet spouting his thoughts on Sherlock. This a rare video indeed. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you completely disagree with me. I would love to hear that. Actually, I would. As long as you're nice about it. I know I was a bit shouty, but you can tell who I was being shouty at. I'm not shouting at people disliking it. If you dislike it, okay. If you dislike it for the stupid reasons I said, man alive. Remember to thubby summy, you a dummy. And until next time, meh.